Talk Radio 790 KBC. We're here till 10 o'clock this morning. We told you Jerry Brown's been very, very busy with a lot of very dramatic pieces of legislation. Certainly the right to die bill, essentially, was one. And this one just flew under the radar until it was announced that he had signed it. And that is a motor voter bill that would automatically register people to vote when they register their car or get a driver's license. To talk to us about this now is State Senator Joel Anderson, representing the 38th State Senate District in San Diego County. It's a pleasure to welcome to the show State Senator Anderson. Good morning, Senator. How are you?
I am terrific. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Well, how does this work? How is this bill designed to work? It's an opt-out provision is what I understand. Right now you have to opt in if you want to register, and now you would have to opt out?
That's correct. So the DMVs would tender all the data when you register, when you change your license, when you register for the first time. Anytime you have a transaction with the DMV, that information would be forwarded to the Secretary of State, and then you would be registered to vote. The idea is if everybody's registered to vote, then that's no longer a barrier for getting people to participate. We have extremely low participation here in California. Now, I would submit to you that when you think your vote doesn't count, you lose interest in voting. When you think that you're being gamed by the state, then you are less likely to participate in the process because you don't believe there's any honor in it. And the problem with this is you're registering everybody. That includes potentially people here who are here illegally, people who are
given
here
driver's
legally,
licenses,
but who don't have a right to vote, and felons.
Now, let me ask you this. When people are registered, what party are they registered in?
Well, they're supposed to notify them that they're registered, and they can choose an affiliation at that time. But here's the
hang on a second. Wait a second. I want to focus on this. So, because this is confusing to me. When you register to vote, you pick a party. If not, I mean, how can you be registered to vote but not be registered in any party, including decline to state?
Well, the bill went through a lot of changes, and at one point, the Secretary of State was supposed to send out a notification to that new voter that they're registered to vote, and it's time to pick a party. And they took an awful lot of amendments, and I think that was removed. I don't know that's there. I wish we had Alex Padilla, our Secretary of State, on the line to answer it because he's a very thorough guy. A lot of the bill is empty framework. So the Secretary of State will have to decide on how they're going to apply it. This is, our estimate is it's going to cost almost $2.5 billion.
Whoa! I'm just completely flummoxed by this. I can't get past the point that they signed a law, they signed a bill into law that automatically registers people to vote. But then there's another step anyway. You're still going to require people. It seems to me that if it then requires people to follow up and register with a party, because you can't just be a registered voter with no affiliation. You can't vote that way. So if that's the case, then it defeats the very purpose of the bill. If they're saying that the low voter turnout is because people aren't registered, you're still requiring people to take an overt action to register for a party. I mean,
I believe, Doug, that they can still vote. They just will be a decline to state. That's one of the categories, is decline to state.
Yeah, but again, the DMV is making that choice, not the person.
Well, the person's supposed to make that choice, and the Secretary of State is supposed to reach out to them and encourage that choice. Look, I didn't vote for this bill, so having me defend it.
No, I know, but the thing is we don't even understand it is the problem, is that this is a bill that got signed into law that's vague, and we shouldn't be something that goes to such a fundamental issue as the vote, the franchise in the state of California. They've written a bill that's so vague. You're a state senator, and I'm a talk show host that covers this stuff, and we still don't know what's in it.
Well, part of this is there's so many things that are fatally flawed before you get to the point that you're getting to. For example, I get a form from the state. It tells me I'm registered to vote and encourages me to vote, and I'm a felon or I'm here illegally. I brought this up in committee, and I said, so I just got out of jail. Rules have changed when I went into jail 10 years ago. And so I'm thinking, hey, maybe there's no rule. I get to vote after all. So I go in and vote, and I commit another felony. And now we're going to send this guy back to jail, and he never even knew that he registered to vote.
Yeah.
And so what they did is they said they added an amendment saying they're going to presume the person innocent because they made a mistake. And I'm thinking, probably the most important thing we do in society is our vote. That's what makes us a free society. And here we are cutting at the very core. And you're on the right track when the ACLU sends a letter in opposition saying when you create a process that automatically registers people to vote and then it forgives them when they vote illegally.
Well,
you're
look,
undermining the whole system.
As far as I'm concerned, this bill has one purpose, and that's to get illegal aliens registered to vote, period. Because that's what the entire culture of the political culture of California is about. That's all it's about, to create a permanent, unmovable Democratic majority in the state of California.
Even if that wasn't the goal, they also passed 2 bills this year that allow registrars to go strictly with a mailed ballot. So you don't walk in at all. It's strictly a mailed out ballot. So if these people don't know they're registered to vote, they don't know that they're missing a ballot.
Of course, the opportunity for voter fraud is endless here. State Senator Joel Anderson, follow him on Twitter at Joel Anderson CA. Joel Anderson CA, representing the 38th State Senate District in San Diego County. Thanks so much for being with us. Let's go get traffic. Bill Thomas.